The SuperSport Rugby Challenge Semi-Final Festival has reached its final hurdle here in the north. It is the defending champions, the Mpumalanga Pumas, who take on Boland Cavaliers, competing in their first semi-final in the SuperSport Rugby Challenge. And the people of Nelspruit have come out to enjoy the rugby here today in blazing sunlight, which must have been punishing on the players, but they have all pulled out stellar performances. We're just coming off the back of a phenomenal victory by Griquas, taking care of Western Province by 50 points to 22. And that means that they will be contesting the final for the third time of 3 askings. There is the confirmation of the weather, barely any breeze to speak of, mostly sunny. Fully sunny is what it should be saying. Nelspruit has been bathing in sunlight. And we are preparing for the final match of the day. The host team of the tournament, the Mpumalanga Pumas, the defending champions. They have one more step to make to get into their second final of the SuperSport Rugby Challenge of 3 playings. And they will meet Griquas there, should they manage that. Right now, we are looking at the Cavaliers lineup. Do keep your eyes on Valentino Wellman, 2 years at Western Province, a deadly runner when there's a counter-attacking opportunity on. Shilton van Wyk on the other wing is a product of Saldanha Bay, an inspirational story, the 19-year-old who's turning 20 soon. He is an example to all other players who play at small schools such as West Coast Secondary and want to make it to the provincial level. Their lock, Marlon Williams, is their captain, and he is pivotal to the line-out game. And Sherwin Cupido was the MVP against Western Province just last Sunday as they secured a crucial victory to secure a place in this semi-final. And here are the champions. Andrew Bierwinkel, he's into the team. He was a Tuks legend, played for 4 years, was a champion in 2013. Cornelius Els in the number 2 jersey joined him at Tuks. He was there from 2014 to 2016. Cameron Lindsay was named in a preliminary Germany squad in this year, and Jandre Rudolph was a captain of the Puka side that won Varsity Cup in 2016. Watch out for Christopher Smith, legend of Marties, when they finally broke their duck and won another Varsity Cup title. Ruelen Isbell is a deadly winger, and his matchup against Shilton van Wyk should be mouth-watering. Devin Williams also pivotal to the counter-attacking abilities of this Pumas side. Now, alongside me in commentary for this crucial match in the SuperSport Rugby Challenge, it ought to be entertaining. His name is Mthunzi Mabetha, former lock for the Bulls. Mthunzi, the Pumas are playing for the first time on TV in this competition. The champions, they are looking good. Do you think that Boland have it within them to challenge these guys on their home turf?
Thanks, Paul Stubbs. An absolute pleasure and what a privilege to be here in the SuperSport Rugby Challenge. The community has come out to support rugby that's been brought right to their doorsteps, and I cannot wait for this one to get going. Boland, the Dream Snatchers, beat an unbeaten Western Province side last week by 1 point. They come up against Pumas, who also hold a record, unbeaten for over a year. They went through last year becoming the champions, unbeaten, and they're trying to replicate that form this year again. So much to lose for them, so much to gain for Boland. It's going to be a cracker, Paul Stubbs.
I absolutely cannot wait. Marlon Williams, there he is, the big man, crucial line-out jumper. And that is going to be what this game, in my opinion, might hinge upon him, Tunzi, the set pieces. If Mpumalanga Pumas can attack Boland at those set pieces, they might find that this Boland structure is disrupted.
No, exactly. It'll be a huge battle today. Ryan Nell, the captain for the Pumas, he'll be pivotal for them today. He has to play well. He's been doing so all season, looking strong. It will come down to the set pieces, of course. This is the business end now of the competition. Boland's set pieces were looking good though last week. They were able to put Western Province under some immense pressure. Of course, against the Mpumalanga Pumas, it's going to be very difficult for them. They've been together now. Not much of the team last year has changed. The bulk of the team stays the same. So you've got that continuity that really helps at set piece time. But what an incredible competition we'll see out there. Both sides really dangerous out wide. Both have dangerous fullbacks with a good boot and also dancing feet. But I think the battle will be in the forwards. It's a semi-final, and that's where the battle begins. That's where the teams will be trying to make themselves felt in this match. and I absolutely can't wait for it to get going.
Oh, it's going to be a cracker for sure. Christopher Smith and Garrick Mateus, the two number 10s, the battle between those two is going to be pivotal as well. Garrick Mateus has come in and revolutionized this Boerland team in the number 10 jersey. That's no disrespect to Elgar Watts, who's also a high-class fly-off. But this Boerland program is really coming to fruition, and their spot in the semi-finals is further proof of that.
Randall Modiba, who's come in, has done some great work with development. As we kick it off, here we go.
Yes, we do. It's Pumas who receive Willie Engelbrecht. Straight back to the reliable Devin Williams. Oh, who has kicked it too far, dragged back into the 22-meter line, so we'll be heading back all the way to from whence Devin Williams kicked the ball.
Well, in the build-up, we spoke about how it'll come down to small margins. We see their centimeters, a huge boot, going for distance instead of being short will go out. And unfortunately, not a good start for Boerland, for rather the Pumas, as Boerland look to attack right at the beginning of this match.
All the way out. Stop.
Neil Reitenbach. Perfect feed, and there's that combination which will prove so crucial for this side. Marlon Williams rising to receive, Neil Reitenbach feeding the line out, and now the rolling maul that Pumas are aggressively defending.
One man down, Boerland.
Can Boerland get this ball back? Pumas are piling in, they should have rights to it if it's available to them, but no, Sherwin Cupido, he'll have the chance to get the ball away, dropped off by Mateus. Thumping hits on the approaching Boerland player. Cupido, oh, he's exercising his options. The gap almost opened up for him. The offload was dangerous. You can see why he was the man of the match against Western Province. A linchpin of the side, the small number 9, formerly of the Griffins under-20 side. There he goes again, Sherwin Cupido. Over to protect Adrian Lirik, the enforcer of the pack. Boerland looking highly structured early on. This is how they overcame Western Province, maintaining the structure of the match.
Release, it's a tackle. Release.
But if it does become unstructured, they have the dangerous runners, the likes of Shilton van Wyk and Valentino Wellman to look towards as well. Van Wyk waits at the back while the forwards slowly try to present some clean ball.
Step, Pumas, step.
Would not be surprising if Boerland just keep it tight all the way to the try line should they be able to get there. Slow and steady wins the race.
6 Pumas.
Is what Boerland, the approach that Boerland have taken this year. Advantage is being played to them, a penalty advantage. Garrick Mateus caught well behind the advantage line by Chris Smith. That is not the end of the advantage. Cupido, what a hit that is. Keenan Cronje did well to juggle the ball and retain control. Healthy advantage being played by Quinton Immelman. Sherwin Cupido feeds again. Pumas defense being tested early, showing no chinks as yet. Cupido now is looking for width. Mateus flicks it away to Phil Yun. And it breaks down as we head towards the outside players, but we're going back for that penalty advantage. The control from Boerland has been impressive early on.
They're showing their intent, keeping it clinical, keeping it close, not playing too risky rugby in the 22. Good to see them taking their line-out ball as well. Marilyn Williams does well. Unlucky for Joshua Vermeulen. Looked like there was space outside. It was on the outside. Unfortunately, Jean-Andre Rudolph unable to get out of that ruck and concedes the penalty.
Garrick Mateus. Easy as you like for Mateus, straight in front of the posts, and taking those 3 points perhaps shows the attitude that Boerland have brought to this match.
That's a brilliant start for Boerland. Small mistake kept the Pumas in their 22. Boerland executed perfectly at line-out time with Marilyn Williams.
Restart comes from Chris Smith, well received. Boerland set the ruck inside of their own 22.
Use it.
Just observe the control that Boland are exercising right now. It's very much a part of the game plan. Controlling the clock. The box kick from Sherwin Cupido is poorly handled by Pumas, and we will have a scrum in the favor of Boland Cavaliers.
And Sherwin Cupido, man of the match last week, puts it up brilliantly. Well executed box kick. Unfortunately, Devin Williams can't take it under a little bit of pressure. So the perfect start for Boland.
Crouch. Bind. 6.
Sherwin Cupido laments the collapse of the scrum. Quinton Immelman calls for a reset. This, just as the line out of Twinsie, will be a pivotal part of the match. Andrew Bierwinkel on the near side in the number 1 jersey, with so much Tuks experience, and of course in the Blue Bulls system as well. SA Schools 2011, Baby Box 2013, Bulls from 2012 to 2017. He has got pedigree, the big number 1 for Pumas.
No, he does, and so does Marne Kutsia, also on the Boland side as well. Vickers Groenewald, solid in the front row.
Bind. Set.
Once more, Cupido pointing out the problems to Quinton Immelman, who agrees. With 6 minutes and 17 seconds gone, Pumas have yet to see the ball really. Boland's exercising control.
Well, like in any finals, set pieces will be pivotal.
5.
Here, it not going the way of the Pumas. Andrew Bierwinkel unable to keep up there. High fives for Boland.
And the feed to the line out is taken by Pumas. But is it ripped back by Boland? No, it's going to be secure for the Mpumalangans. There's Bierwinkel. That's effective running. Plenty of defenders looking to catch him behind the gain line. Chris Smith keeps the ball moving down, and that is a fine palm. As Moritz finds a way through, outside to Llewellyn Isbell. Llewellyn Isbell! He's dealt with the defender, and he's taken the try. The opening score goes to Pumas.
In the lead by 5 points to 3.
Llewellyn Isbell finishes brilliantly. It started with the line-out steal. They took it up one phase and spread it out wide, but wow, Neil Maritz shouldn't have been so easy for him to get through. Brilliant one-handed pass. And the big man, Isbell, dominates Sherwin Cupido as he makes his way over the whitewash. What an attacking start for the Pumas.
That's what the Pumas can do to you. Almost no possession of Mtunzi for about 8 minutes. They get the ball once, one missed tackle in the midfield, and they start running at you. One more missed tackle, that's a try. And here's Chris Smith, legend of Marty's Rugby. That kick, it's a clean strike, but it is well to the left. Chris Smith will not be happy. It's 5 points to 3.
And Boland, who conceded just 14 tries this season, the best defensive structures basically, unfortunately don't get it right, and Neil Maritz gets away, passes it to that man. What a finish. What a start from the Pumas. Llewellyn Isbell.
Matthias. Deep start now for Pumas. Aggressive running from Billy Engelbrecht.
Outside, taken back.
Was once in a Bulls Sevens team alongside Duncan Matthews, the big number 8. Over the top from Rainier van Rooyen, been with the Pumas since 2013. Up it goes, Joshua Vermeulen, not a great deal of distance on that kick. Oh, that is fantastically taken in the air. Not happy with what happened thereafter. Multiple Pumas players The man who claimed it out of the sky was Rainer van Rooyen.
Rights on his feet.
It's a high kick. What a take. That is just brilliant.
Yep.
Very useful take from Rainer van Rooyen. Pumas now with another opportunity to attack, this time from a set piece.
Massive test this for the contesting powers of Boland. They are unable to predict the movements of Pumas, who now set a rolling maul from a ball to the back. And Boland shut that possibility down. It is there for Van Rooyen. In the center of the field, some compromising defending and attacking taking place. Forward goes Stefan Willemse. Pumas now building momentum. Can they find the numbers on the outside? He's dummying in, he's gone. As Chris Smith reaches out for the line, sent back the other way by Rainier van Rooyen. Boland desperately defending their own line. All of a sudden, look at the consistency of the attack from Pumas! Over the line for try number 2!
Keep the ball so well to the Pumas. They stick to their structures really well, placing the ball well, getting that quick ball. And it's huge work from Willie Engelbrecht. Extremely aggressive player, fighting for those inches. And he scores a great try.
Chris Smith. Easy as you like. Over the post, and the ball goes. That makes it 12 points to 3. All of a sudden, 2 tries for the Pumas. As soon as they got their fingertips on the rugby ball, they've changed this game.
Bit of a mismatch there. Garrick Matthias unable to handle the sheer strength and aggression coming in from the big Pumas number 8, Willie Engelbrecht.
You've seen the power of the sides from the north. Greek was really bringing a physical game to Western Province, and now Pumas against another southern team, Boland, they are bringing the physicality as well. Matthias has launched it high. Interesting work from the Pumas there. The initial receiver stepping out of the way, Cameron Lindsay and co, and eventually leaving it to a trailing player and almost protecting that player with their bodies from the chasing kickers, the kick chasers rather, of Boland. This is a dangerous kick. And now on the counter-attack, Joshua Vermeulen. Boland with hands on ball again. What will they do? Keenan Cronier.
Tackle!
Sherwin Cupido with numbers to the right. Llewellyn Isbell treated him with disdain as he went over for his opening try. Boland keeping it extremely tight, controlling the clock, making sure that everything they do, they execute with accuracy.
Delivered, Pumas!
Called off the ball eventually was Cornelius Ace, who was attempting the turnover ball. The Boland player who's lying prone behind the ruck, just being hopped over by his teammates. Garrick Matthias, the short ball comes from Jordan Holgate. Can Boland protect this and bring it back? Yes, Sherwin Cupido to Janse van Rensburg. Cupido, quick ball now. Matthias, what is his choice? He turns to the boot. Can he keep it in field? Yes, he can. Perfectly measured. Oh, this guy's got class, Garrick Matthias. The product of Grey High School and Kingswood College.
Got an injury down.
That's just brilliant. Garrick Matthews brings such a calm demeanor. It's a pick and go.
Mind, you are late. Let him try.
Though it comes out slowly. Boland do well to keep it tight. You see the referee, Quinton Immelman, right in the thick of things. If you just take a look here, it's Keenan Cronier. He's an asset for this side. over 50 caps for Boerland. An important player for them. I wonder if maybe it's not just a bruise of the hip.
It's interesting. He's really getting some serious treatment, and I believe he might be getting escorted off the field, yes. So somehow it's really gone slightly wrong, Keenan Cronje, from what seemed like an innocuous contact. However, we all know it's important never to underestimate these things, and the best quality of medical care possible is being delivered. There's all sorts of medical professionals alongside the field, and of course always the ambulance parked just off the field ready to come on. But right now we're looking at a match which Pumas lead 12 points to 3 after 13 minutes and 43 seconds. Boerland dominating early, but this is how the first try happened in Twinsie. Busting straight through the line was the powerful form of Neil Moritz. And then look at this from Relin Isbell. He took on this number 9, Sherwin Cupido, dominated him and took him over the line.
It's all there. Handoff again, gets his arm free, one-armed, and look at that. Relin Isbell, total domination. That's a left winger for you right there, Paul.
Yeah, he's got the eye for the line. The Pumas were not done. The aggressive running of Willie Engelbrecht has been in evidence in the opening minutes of this match, and it was there again.
Willie Engelbrecht does so well. They keep the ball well, the Pumas. They stick to their structures. This is something we know about how they play. But wow, the aggression coming from the Pumas, really dominating the point of contact so far in this game.
What about the way the Pumas have just latched onto the ball and totally come at this Boerland side? Is there something to the fact that up north they play a much more physical brand of rugby?
Oh, look, they do. And Jimmy Stonehouse, it's pretty much a classic Jimmy Stonehouse player. Very passionate character, very charismatic character. It does get the Pumas going. It just seems like they love playing for him. And unbeaten since he's been back from Japan last year. He came in, he was a director of rugby. And this year he takes over as the head coach. The Nelspruit legend.
Yeah, apparently. He's like a second mayor here. Or maybe even a first mayor. And there's the big man on the left. And when we say big, oh boy, we mean it.
Look at those arms.
Interesting situation, Twinsie, that Randall Modiba, who's now in charge of Boerland Cavaliers, he replaced Brent Janssen van Rensburg, who left the Cavaliers in 2016. And Jimmy Stonehouse joined the Pumas again, as we of course wave goodbye to Keenan Cronje. We do hope that you're doing well, sir, and the best of luck. Now Randall Modiba took over the Cavaliers for the 2017 season. Brent Janssen van Rensburg moved to the Pumas 2017, and then 2018 he won the SuperSport Rugby Challenge. Jimmy Stonehouse was his assistant coach, and now Brent Janssen van Rensburg has left to the Griquas, who he has just coached to get to the finals, where he may just meet Jimmy Stonehouse again. In it comes from Cornelius Als. And Pumas running it from the depths, Willie Engelbrecht. Clearance kick. It's well measured and executed by Devin Williams, and into touch, safely so for Pumas, who are looking very comfortable, it must be said, in spite of the positivity shown by Cavaliers early.
Well, Paul, that's exactly what dominating the contact point does. When your players are getting over the advantage line, it does become a little bit easier. It gets the confidence going. Very difficult to play against a side who has their tails up like that. At the beef between the coaches, brilliant to see. So much talent in the coaching squads.
It really is a joy to behold, just to see how much this competition has grown in its 3 seasons of existence. The first one by province, the second by the side you're watching on your screens right now. It's Mpumalanga Pumas, who took it last season in dramatic fashion against Griquas. Griquas have reached the 3rd of 3 finals, and they are looking for an opponent. One of these 2 will be that. It's Joshua Vermeulen in a difficult situation. Bierwinkel wraps him up. Sherwin Cupido to clear. Marlon Williams, Cupido now taking it upon himself. That has got some serious height on it, that Gary Owen, but underneath the ball, and it looked like he had it within his clutches, Devin Williams. Let's come back to Boerland. Cupido controlling the pace of play. Oh, this youngster, he's got the feel for the game. Mateus, wide it goes now to Andries Viljoen. But the Pumas have marked up on the outside. Almost got slightly loose, Adrian Ludik. The knock-on advantage to Cavaliers. One which will now be taken advantage of as Quinton Ummelman prepares to set us for a scrum. We're 16 minutes in. Tunzi, the Cavaliers, is their approach working as yet?
Well, they're trying to keep it tight. Look, both these sides really very well coached, but look at how the Pumas are just dominating the point of contact, getting numbers around the tackler. There's the first knock on. See Devin Williams having a tough time under the high ball. It's so interesting to see how these players keep going and keep to their structures as the game starts to unfold.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Once more. Scrum collapsing before anything could get underway. This is obviously a battleground for both of these sides. There's Bierwangel, he's ready for the fight.
Yeah, the baby Bork. Boerland was putting a little bit too much pressure early in that scrum. Quinton Immelman, good to see him back. Was out for 4 weeks with an MCL injury. He'll have his work cut out for him as they compete in that front row.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Just beyond the halfway line for Boerland. Will the scrum hold up? They do get it out the back. It is popped up for Sherwin Cupido by Patrick O'Brien. Cupido throws a speculator, but it does not keep it tight. Bouncing its way to Devin Williams, to Joshua Vermeulen.
Backwards, no knock. Lever now 6. 6 off your feet.
Shilton van Veek, the young prodigy, out there to clear Mateus around and through the hands of Williams. Boerland lining up all of the players to the left, trying to get some various players in depth and running, looking for gaps which they are beginning to find. They're moving upfield slowly, though, as they may. Another solid run. It's Cupido. Away to Lidik. Penalty comes the way of Boerland. Mpumalanga Pumas losing their feet. And the patience of this Boerland side continues to show.
It's good play from them. Not making much ground, but just enough to get over the advantage line, to keep the momentum going. Unforced from the Pumas. You can clearly see that in their game plan, they're going to be attacking that ruck ball, putting pressure on Boerland in every facet of the game, especially when it comes to tight play.
Another opportunity at posts, and that opportunity is taken. It will be Garrick Mateus who will be having the shot at goals to bring it to a 6-point game. And Tunzi, what do you think this says about the tactics of Boerland taking these points early on when they're on offer?
Technically sound so far. I like that. It's finals after all, and they know how to squeeze out a win to Boerland. Can they make the Pumas pay?
Garrick Mateus, he's put it high, he's put it long, and in the altitude, he nails the kick, Mateus. 12 points to 6, the Pumas lead now.
Discipline will be so vital. It's the business end of the competition. Garrick Mateus makes the Pumas pay by splitting the sticks, getting inside that 3 points.
Chris Smith gets us restarted. Good chase from Pumas, no jumpers though, and it is claimed by Adrian Lidik. There's 3 caps for Namibia, if not more by now. Up it goes, plenty of Gary Owens being launched, putting pressure on the back 3 perhaps of Mpumalanga Pumas and backing the speed of Wellman and co to chase down these kicks. That is astutely fielded by the Pumas, and they'll be able to get this ball back in spite of the pressure applied. And once more they move it down the line. Ruelen Isbell, the dangerous winger, has grabbed it through for Jandre Rudolph. He's showing a clean pair of heels. Jandre Rudolph is about to score a screamer of a try. One that should be reserved for the wingers of the world. The powerful number 6 is over.
Wow, Jandre Rudolph. Man who captained Picker to the Vodacom, rather the Varsity Cup trophy in 2016. Yeah, the Pumas just pass it out wide. It's a great grubber kick put through. But the speed of that man, I couldn't believe there was a number 6 on his back. A clean set of heels. He gets over for the Pumas. What a try. Rudolph.
Oh, what a fantastic try. He's now sporting a slight limp is Jean-Andre Rudolph. Let's hope that's not too serious. It appears that it may be, as he has now taken a seat. However, he has provided us with plenty of excitement with that try, and now Chris Smith will have the opportunity to convert another Varsity Cup product, and you'll hear plenty of that throughout the SuperSport Rugby Challenge. More evidence that that tournament is also proving to be an outstanding success. Here's Chris Smith for the extra 2. And he has not corrected the error from the previous kick. Away to the left again for Chris Smith. Let's take a look at the flying flanker.
He just keeps going, doesn't he? And gets rewarded by the lucky bounce of the ball right into the basket. What a finish by the big man. Jean-Andre Rudolph, not just big, but fast as well.
Garrick Mateus restarts again. The attempted claim was from Marlon Williams. Has it been knocked backwards? Yes, Sherwin Cupido clears Janssen van Rensburg. Cupido always looking to speed up the play, and that is what is on the cards. Adrian Lyrik. Cupido. Groenewald. Oh, Groenewald, he's gotten rid of one. Oh yeah, Groenewald. Oh, he's laid into another. And it's Janssen van Rensburg carrying them forward. Cupido, oh man, it's speed, but he's running into serious shoulders. Andries Viljoen. Boerland with numbers out to the right. And the Pumas defensive line living right on the edge. Cupido with the inside ball, a flick out the back of the hand. Mere meters from the line is Keenan Cronje. Cupido looking for whom he will be passing it to next. Who wants the crash ball? They've got a big number 4 in place. But over, and it has been awarded. Cavaliers strike back. And how did it go down? Here's Keenan Cronje working his way to the line. I thought he might have gotten over at that point. It looks like he was stopped short, Mtwinzi.
Just stopped short. Big run by Arnold Malherbe. Vickers Groenewald also did well, getting them over the advantage line, and a great finish by Keenan Cronje.
That conversion executed by Garrick Mateus. Cavaliers are back in this match, just 4 points between the two sides. Pumas now taking their time to get back to the halfway.
So little to separate these two sides. Whoever has ball in hand just looks like they could draw blood. What a competition we have on our hands, Paul.
Physical stuff from Boerland. They clearly back themselves in the tight spaces. Chris Smith launches a deep one. That shouldn't be contestable by Pumas. Will it go out on the full? Well, this is not the best day with the boot for Chris Smith, and the boot is what he trades in. He's an absolutely immaculate kicker on a regular day. Right now he needs to sort himself out and make sure he finds his form again.
Yep, they don't make the most of that opportunity to put some pressure on Boerland. And with two sides to attack from, Marlon Williams, the captain and co, a great opportunity after momentum of scoring a try to have another go at it.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Cupido feeds, dead center in the field this scrum, and Mpumalanga Pumas look like they might have the advantage there. Cupido with the dummy kick and go. An enterprising player is the young Cupido. Janssen van Rensburg carries it on. Cupido away to Marlon Williams, where when they are in their full flow, they are a sight to behold as this Boerland side Kanyamazane gives a penalty to Boland. Cupido looking to increase the pace. Ooh, not keeping his feet very much there. Adrian Lyrik lucky to get away with that. Cleared by Shilton van Wyk. Oh, that one is, it's a head scratcher, and he's passed it into the gut of his captain, Marlon Williams, who's in his second stint with Boland after a Boland youth career as well. Let's see exactly just how this confusion took place. It'll be disappointing.
Time is off. Pumas 5 down to the injury.
Ball is placed well, and unfortunately, Shilton van Wyk, the youngster, just getting in the way of Sherwin Cupido, and yeah, Marlon Williams clearly not expecting it. Cameron Lindsay, an important part of the Pumas setup, pivotal when it comes to lineouts. Just like that man, Andrew Bierwinkel with the scrum cap, pivotal at scrum time. Some huge battles out there. See the Pumas starting to give away a few too many penalties. 4-1 already in the first 26 minutes, and that's what happens when you attack the ruck or you try to be too physical around. They're very difficult to keep your shape and keep your technique. And they'll need to watch out for that. It's keeping Boland in the game. It's keeping them in their half. Cannot play semi-final rugby like that, Paul.
Spot on, Tunzi, as we have another scrum just outside on Mpumalanga Pumas 22-meter line. 4 points separate the two sides, in spite of the fact that Pumas have scored 3 tries to 1. Ranier van Rooyen is waiting for it. But for a moment there, Boland looked to be the side that were getting the better of the scrum after the Pumas have been rising up to it of late. It really is toing and froing up front of Tunzi, and it might be a pivotal battle.
Oh yes, and although it's recalled, you can see there's high fives in the Boland camp, especially with that tight 5. They won that battle. 3 out of 3 scrums for the Cavaliers so far. Malherbe and Groenewald doing very well.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Binding.
Penalty is extended the way of Mpumalanga Pumas after another breakdown at scrum time. Neither of these sides are getting it right at this point, and Quinton Lemmelman is now penalizing.
It's illegal binding coming in from Arnold Malherbe, ball at number 1. A bit of a commentator's curse there. You see how he's pulling the player forward with that bind, not really supporting his weight.
Man in the screen, Neil Reitenbach. Cornelius Els feeds the line out for Pumas. Baby box in 2014. Both of his fellow front rankers also baby box at other times. Now freed by Van Rooyen. Pumas working it in the midfield. Oh, Van Rooyen's been disrupted by the falling Keenan Cronje. An advantage is coming the way of Pumas. Seaton gaps Devin Williams. Secure over the ball. Pumas are keen to use this attacking advantage. Van Rooyen, quick ball again. Sent it to the trailing line as Ryan Null, the captain of Pumas, and away to Ruelen Isbal. Back the other way, Pierre Funkel feeds the charging Pumzila. And another pass is to Chris Smith. Oh, here it is! The Pumas were building up steadily, and they have capitalized. What a try!
The chicken wing from Lindsay, brilliant lock play. What a support line from Ranier van Rooyen. It was a huge unders line who was put through by Bierwinkel. big number 7 ran really well onto that and just set them up, gave them the momentum, got them over the advantage line, and so hard to stop this Pumas side once they do that.
Chris Smith puts it up, he puts it over.
Take a look at that. Brilliant pop to him. Great. Lindsay's there in support. Chicken wing pass. And Renier van Rooyen is away.
Now
Rather, Chris Smith scores that try in the end.
Yeah.
He also converts it.
And he'll be loving it, Chris Smith. Bit of redemption from a couple of loose kicks early on, but wow, he sorted his team out. What about Andrew Bierwinkel playing like a fly-off? And the Pumas are back in it. They can strike at any time. Look at the way they receive this ball. They put a lot of obstructive players in front of the receiver, and it's quite intentional.
Tackle! "12 behind, please."
Up it
Six,
goes,
six.
Renier van
Out.
Rooyen. Ruelen Isbell is chasing this on his own. What a chase it is! But still getting away was Joshua Vermeulen. Shilton van Wyk. And now to the blind side. Well weighted by Marlon Williams. Reitenbach loses control somewhat. It's untidy at the back of the ruck. Pumas have noticed that opportunity and attacked it with force. And can they secure the turnover? Searching for the ball is Renier van Rooyen.
Liverpool, thank you.
Spread by Marne Coetzee down the line into the hands of Ryan Nell, who turns to the boot to put pressure on Valentino Wellman, chasing back, but it will bounce safely into touch. Pumas with their 11-point lead, looking comfortable.
Great play by the captain, Ryan Nell. That man, watch out for him. Tapiwa Tomondo.
He's the real deal, Mr. Tomondo.
Stay out.
He's the MVP for Boland in 2018, the season's most valuable player. Also an international with Zimbabwe, 7 asides. And wouldn't Zim Academy love to have him in their squad for the SuperSport Rugby Challenge? In it comes from Reitenbach, caught on the outside shoulder of Marlon Williams, the captain of the side. Straight enough though, and Sherwin Cupido at the back of this maul. Going nowhere. Pumas now flooding through and getting around the player.
Get out! He's fine, you're not fine. Fine.
Everything is happy. Quinton Elmerman thought he might be telling the players to let go, but no. And now Pumas looking to capitalize. No. He moves it on to the charging Neil Moritz. Ruelen Isbell. That pass is going to stick. Oh, his foot's out into touch. The Pumas, when they have an opportunity, boy, do they know how to use it.
Silky smooth hands. Neil Moritz proving to be a handful with that handoff. Strong right arm, gives the chicken wing pass to Ruel. We know he has a strong handoff as well, and almost looks like he wasn't out.
Oh, on we go. Boland in possession now. With 6 minutes left to play in the first half. Sherwin Cupido finds a safe touch for Boland, but it does present Pumas with another opportunity to have a go at the Boland line before halftime rolls around.
Pumas really good, looking good when they're attacking that outside center channel. So a great line being run by the number 2, Cornelius Els.
What a contest, but not successful from Boland. It is claimed at the back by Pumas, and now cutting right through is Ryan Nell! Ryan Nell for the line! Tries galore, and all of them are for the history books. It is picture perfect, Ryan Nell. He gets another for Pumas.
captain fantastic, Ryan Nell. The Pumas, once they get going, so difficult to stop them. Poor defense from Boland. The captain extends that lead 5 minutes before the first half ends. And that mountain's just getting steeper and higher now for the Boland Cavaliers, who unbelievably so have had only 2 tries on average scored against them throughout the competition. Pumas almost scoring 3 times that already.
Just incredible, Mtunzi. The best defense in the competition is being torn to bits. Chris Smith, has he corrected? Yes, he has. The flags are raised this time. 31 points to 13.
It's a fantastic line out. Cameron Lindsay, brilliant. Good compete coming from Williams, but not enough. And he shouldn't be able to get away. There shouldn't be that much space from the set phase, but Nell shows strength, keeps pumping the legs and gets over for the Pumas.
Garrick Mateus going short this time, mixing things up, and going up for it was Marlon Williams. Has it come back onto the Boland side of things, though? It would appear not. Pumas have secured ball.
Behind the ball.
Renier van Rooyen. He launches it high. Ruelen Isbel trying to position himself underneath this. Well contested by Zandre Jordan. It will trickle into touch. Trying to move things along quickly, but we will be going back for the set line out.
You can see Cameron Lindsay calling in his troops, having a quick powwow.
Just be mindful.
How good have the lineouts been? Williams and Lindsay. Fantastic competition between the 2 number 5s.
Stay 2, stay 2.
Cornelius Els. Uncontested this time, Pumas. The lineouts are looking great. That is a spread ball by Chris Smith. Van Rooyen. Smith to a very deep Mpumalanga line. And forward goes Els. Pulled off that fabulous offload. Christopher Smith for the try. Approaching the final 2 minutes of the first half. Will Pumas strike again before the half? We've seen the measured approach before. And then out of the blue, they break open the Boland line, and all of a sudden it looks oh so simple. Oh, that is a punishing hit on Joshua Vermeulen. But the play continues, and here's Valentino Wellman, protected by Tomondo. Sherwin Cupido. Boland, oh, they had numbers on the outside. Just needed to unleash their outside backs and see the men in motion. Here's Mateus, they send it the same way again, it's Holgate. Cupido. Mateus, Reitenbach. And the measured approach of Boland in evidence once more. Cupido, and that is gone behind Valentino Wellman, who now must run back to begin the counter-attack. It is important that the Pumas tackle them right there because he is dangerous from that very position. Cupido, sharp, hard running line. Johannes Janssen van Rensburg responsible for it. Keenan Cronje through the center. And through the center again come Boland, wisely holding on to that pass. Zandre Jordan. Sherwin Cupido. Oh, man. Oh, well, Shilton van Veek almost found the deadly line. Vermeulen did well not to pass it, as it may have been beyond 50-50. Again, Keenan Cronje getting through a fair bit of work. Sherwin Cupido at the heart of all good things. Quinton Immelman was playing advantage, and we're going back for a penalty.
Neil Maritz, that man right there, unfortunately getting a little bit ahead of himself and being offsides. Other than those unforced errors, Paul, the Pumas' defensive line is looking so solid.
It really is. It looks like a serious challenge to Cavaliers to find any chinks in their armor, but the same could be said of the Boland defense up until the point that the Pumas find that one little hole, and guys like this, Neil Maritz, are just using their power to dominate the Boland backline players.
That looks good play by Boland. There's the half gap. Brilliant play coming from Joshua Vermeulen. The big difference has been that the Pumas are getting over that advantage line and are playing with so much more aggression.
Mateus. Very important kick for Cavaliers. He has raised the flags once more. This classy number 10, Garrick Mateus. The clock is red. The whistle for halftime has blown. And that is it for the semi-finals first half. The second of two semi-finals here in Nelspruit. 31 points to 16. The Mpumalanga Pumas are leading their opposition. The Cavaliers, it's 5 tries to 1. There it is, the scoreline. We are here in Nelspruit on Youth Day, the 16th of June, also Father's Day. And leading the Bulan Cavaliers by 31 points to 16 are the reigning champions and Mpumalanga Pumas, looking to go to back-to-back finals where they will meet the Griquas should they manage to hold on to this impressive and hefty lead. As for the Bulan Cavaliers, who have made only 20 tackles in the first half, missed just 7 and conceded 5 tries. 5 tries from 7 missed tackles from Twinsy.
Well, the side, Boerland, which is arguably the best defensive side in the competition with the least amount of tries scored against them, coming up against the Pumas, who just have too much firepower in the backline, don't they, Paul?
That's absolutely true, and we are absolutely underway in the second half. It is Marlon Williams, the captain of Boerland, who goes up to collect, but he's being wrapped up by a number of Pumas players, and it may just be turning into a scrum for the home team. Has it come back safely onto the Boerland side of things? The answer is no. Quinton Immelman points the way of Pumas, and they will have an attacking scrum to start out the second half. The very last thing that a Cavaliers fan would have wanted to see.
It's a great take by Marlon Williams. Brilliant lifting from Arno Malherbe.
So Pro Euro just seen something.
Although it looks like it might be around the neck, Willie Engelbrecht.
Just have a look if you see something.
Also Adrian Ludik involved. Stefan Willemse
Time is off, yes.
involved. So it looks like they'll have a look at that.
Hold him up well here, don't they, Mtunzi? Protect him, but the positioning of the ball thereafter from Marlon Williams, questionable.
And it looks as if he's going for the ball, Engelbrecht.
Quinton?
Yes, Pro.
Yes, dangerous tackle on 5 white.
Okay.
So it's just a penalty on
Just a penalty.
Yeah.
So he's got a dangerous tackle on
Number
5
8.
white in the maul, so it's above the shoulder line. Just a penalty, nothing more.
Well, the penalty has been
Dangerous
given,
tackle.
and Boerland Cavaliers will be relieved.
Yeah, it's in a dangerous area, isn't it? And although he might have the correct intent, unfortunately, Willie Engelbrecht gets it wrong. He's been fantastic, the captain, Williams. A good take. And, yeah, great call coming in from Quinton Immelman and the TMO Pro Lekota.
Keep the 2 all the way.
Esterhuizen.
Let's get time to settle. Get the numbers, what you want.
The fact that we have Francois Esterhuizen on the field, who's been with Boerland since 2016, means that Neil Reitenbach has left the field for Cavaliers. Crunch player for them. But there are rolling subs in SuperSport Rugby Challenge, so there's every chance he will return. Rising high to receive, Marlon Williams around from the side, Cameron Lindsay. Blatantly so, Cornelius Als executing the tackle. As Sherwin Cupido moves it away to Tsomondo. With the hair flying, he goes into the contact. Zandra Jordan, sole try scorer for Boerland Cavaliers, continues forward. It's Keenan Cronje.
No, no, no!
Show and Cupido. He sends it to the right. Cupido again. For Cavaliers to play well, Cupido must play well as well.
2 penalties. So
knock
one
on.
entry, 1-5. Same guy. Offside, never onside.
Good hands between the forwards, interlinking nicely. Francois Esterhazen takes the ball up well, but when Boland get through the phases, puts pressure on the Pumas.
This tackle here as well, please. We gave for a shot of goal, so.
And there has been a little bit, they've been suffering from ill discipline, haven't they? Giving away a few too many penalties, the Pumas, which has kept Boland in the game.
That's fine. I've got 2.
Now Mtunzi trailing by
5
15
Pumas.
points. Garrick Mateus is lining up another
Offside.
place kick and
Yeah,
post from this penalty. Is that the right call for you?
I think so, it's still early. Big hit coming in from Marne Kutsia. Looked like it could have been a
It's
grass
penalty
cutter,
only,
but
so just keep going. But you're going to speak to
not
him.
quite.
I will. I'll speak to him when we go now. That's fine. Have a go.
Pro Lachota satisfied with what he has seen, and Garrick Mateus has the chance to cut 15 points.
It is becoming a trend.
Okay.
Which would mean that the Boland Cavaliers could win the match with 2 converted tries. Mateus looks well satisfied with that. He turned as soon as he hit it.
3. Got a grass cutter tackle on 3. If this is a change, I have to go with a card.
Marne Kutsia getting his warning from the referee Quinton Immelman, keeping the game safe. We like to see that. Puma's backline from Chris Smith all the way to Mornay Hubert have just been too hot to handle, with the Boland Cavaliers being a little bit less experienced.
In the first year of this rugby program, according to the coach Randall Modiba, who was very proud of his boys for making it through to the semi-final after that gritty last match with Western Province at Florida Park and Ravensmead. Penalties coming the way of Boland right now.
And collapse.
There's a way back into this match for Boland. It's just a question of finding it, Mtunzi. Now, they've only missed 7 tackles and they've conceded many points off of that. They can correct things here. They are holding on to 63% of the possession.
No, definitely, and with the captain Williams being so solid under that kickoff ball, it really does start to turn a pressure moment into a moment where they can get a good exit. He takes it brilliantly. This time the maul works.
Next one, you're gone.
Sets up the maul brilliantly, puts pressure on the Pumas. They come in from the side.
The 2.
Boland right back in this. Haven't really seen that dangerous Shilton van Wyk and Valentino Wellman ball in hand.
Not at all. Not at all. Oh, there's been a contested line-out time and it's tipped back again. Superb from Pumas, but now they're retreating and Boland might just be able to attack this breakdown should they have the numbers to do so, and they do.
Just a knock on.
Oh, the knock-on coming in the process. It's going to be a scrum to Pumas. The aggression from Boland, though, they're showing intent in the second half. They are not finished here.
No, they haven't, and as long as that tight 5, as long as their forwards are playing really well against Pumas forwards, what a battle we have in the forward packs. Just need to wait for that back line to fire, for those combinations to start working. So far, the Pumas backline absolutely dominating.
I think all teams know better than to kick a high ball back to this Boland Cavaliers side. Shilton van Wyk and Valentino Wellman always in position. Right now, Wellman waiting for a kick.
Rog!
Oh, look at that scrum holding its ground and eventually erupting in the center. Pumas run it first to create some space between them and their own try line. Will they look to kick? No, not as yet. Bierfunkel. taking his time to clear now. Rainier van Rooyen, who puts the responsibility on himself. It's a Gary Owen giving no opportunity for the counter-attack to Wellman, who could not get his hands on the ball. It falls loose away from Vermeulen, who gets it to Viljoen on the outside. It's Shelton van Veek! Shelton van Veek with the inside ball! Oh, wow! The foot into touch. We've been talking him up for a good 47 minutes. And as soon as he got his hands on the ball in some space, he almost brought us joy.
Oh, they swing it out wide. Finally, that man, the youngster, turning 20 years old, Shelton van Veek. Unfortunately, touchline wins that battle.
Say the two.
To the back, the perfection of Mpumalanga Pumas lineouts continues. Cameron Lindsay is the main culprit, the Michael House product. He's also a Marty's boy. And now at the back is Joshua Vermeulen for Boerland. The Gary Owen down the center. It might be going into the 22-meter line. As such, it'll be overcooked, but it has bounced out of the hands of Engelbrecht. And Chris Smith is in position to clear the ball heftily. But will it go into touch? It will eventually. The two number 10s come face to face.
Even Stevens been putting the ball to boot, playing that territory game.
Take a look at that there, Mtunzi.
Still be behind is amazing.
It is. But as Jake White taught us, you don't have to have the rugby ball to play the game of rugby.
And the centers for the Pumas, Ryan Nell and Neil Maritz, causing so much havoc.
Esther Hazen to feed. Pivotal lineout. Pumas have been challenging heavily on the lineouts of late, but now they have nailed one again. Mateus with the inside ball. It's flamboyant in its execution. And Wayne Smith, the Westville High boy, was the one who took it into contact. Penalty comes against Pumas. And Mtunzi, they're losing a grip on the control of this match just for the moment, Pumas.
Not supporting, getting past the ball and then working past it. Giving it time to sort it out immediately. Time is off.
Yep, and as that penalty count starts to rise up and rise up, they are loving it in the jumping castle.
Oh, that looks like good fun. It's a Pumas branded castle. That's when you know a rugby club cares about its fans. And boy, the kids are enjoying it. Everybody's enjoying the rugby, as you do. A lot of Arsenal fans in the crowd. Always good to see him, Tunzi.
Enjoying their rugby.
Absolutely. The SuperSport Rugby Challenge has taken rugby all around the country this year, once again for the third year running. This time, more festivals than ever before. And this is the semi-final festival, the penultimate festival of the year. This on Father's Day and Youth Day as well. A celebration of rugby. We hope that you've enjoyed it thus far. And we have another 30 minutes to play. Just a reminder, Western Province beaten by Griquas handsomely. And they will be heading to the finals. Who will be joining them? Mateus is looking to knock another 3 points off here and just inch closer.
This boot has been perfect, hasn't it? 100% so far.
That is the shot that we need. Mateus raises the flags. He's making the kicking look easy up here in the north, where the air is thin.
That man was penalized. And the Pumas made to pay, with that scoreline being only 9 points separating the two sides.
Some substitutions for Pumas coming on. That's Marco Janssen van Rensburg, who spent some time with Boerland in 2013. Chris Smith gets us back underway. Underneath the ball, Sherwin Cupido, who continues to shine brightly in this Boerland side. Oh, Chris Smith measuring that wonderfully. He's got such a great brain on him, a rugby brain of note, Chris Smith, negotiating the gap. Tomondo, he's got a different kind of rugby brain on him. It's aggression-based. He is a seriously muscular player, and he's started most games for Boerland this season. Clearly an impact decision to bring him off the bench in these last few matches. Van Rooyen continues to provide good service. That was almost a big hit on Chris Smith, getting a run over. Garrick Mateus now on the ball. He sends it back Chris Smith's way, but there to receive is Devin Williams in his stead. And Williams wastes no time turning to the boot. Safety first for Cavaliers, who are slowly watching their lead being nibbled away at by this dogged Cavaliers side, who now trail by just 9 points.
The Pumas have made some changes, bringing on the more experienced guys. I'm sure Jimmy Stonehouse is worried about that discipline.
Oh, the front of the line-out has been a contest, and ever since Neil Reitenbach has gone off, Pumas have targeted that as an area that the Boerland can be got at. And when Boerland's line-out is not working well, as we discussed at the beginning of the match in Tunzi, a penalty comes the way of Pumas. When Boerland's line-out and the set piece are disrupted, that may be the basis of their game where the Pumas will be able to gain victory.
No, exactly, Paul. Cameron Lindsay's done brilliantly.
Now, Chris Smith has just hit it straight down the field. He's having an irregularly bad day with the boot. And now chipping towards the corner. Very clever play. Capitalizing, punishing stuff from Mateus.
I'm absolutely loving that. His opposite number, Chris Smith, fluffs the kick. And what does Garrick Matthews make? Immediately makes him pay by executing perfectly. That puts them right back in their 22, and Boerland will want to keep them here.
Boerland. Thank you.
They could do with returning the favor and disrupting the Pumas lineup.
2 back.
Janse van Rensburg feeds. Another fine take from Cameron Lindsay. The heart and soul of this Pumas lineout. Tackle called. The players must release that Pumas player to the ground. And now Chris Smith under no pressure. It's going to bounce in field, but it will head out under the watchful eye of Valentino Wellman.
Bounces once and goes into touch. That's better from Chris Smith, but you have to think that one of the Boerland back three was mispositioned then. Could have taken that, tried to counter-attack.
Oh dear. Yeah, the Boerland players looking slightly worse for wear. On we play.
Stay.
Esterhazen feeds, this time rising high is Zandra Jordan. That's more like it for Boerland to set a rolling maul with clear intent. They've got a tail on that thing which is mighty long, and now rolling around and supporting their players. Rolling mauls, 5 to the Cavaliers, 2 to the Pumas. You know that this is a tactic they're looking to use. The strength of their pack being shown, and they're keeping control, and eventually breaking from that rolling maul is Clinton Tehran.
Step.
Sherwin Cupido. Oh, met handsomely Keenan Cronje. Cupido waiting for the ball to be presented to him. Cavaliers slowing things down again. And why not? They've brought this match back into the balance with consistency in the second half, taking the points when they are on offer. And they find themselves in a position to strike again. They're 9 points behind, just as this game was running away from them. 5 tries to 1 it remains.
Step 5.
And in spite of that, Boerland are knocking on the door, waiting for the Pumas to make an offense at ruck time, really. With continuous crash ball, use it as the call. Oh, here's Tomondo. Pumas players seeking the turnover, Bierwinkel in particular. Oh, what's this now?
So, Crow, time is off. So what number, Euro? Okay, so we're coming up to you. 16 Pumas, possible grass cutter from 16 Pumas. Let's have a look for a sec.
Now this could turn the match.
Will do.
This could turn the match. We're looking for a grass cutter. They've already been warned about a grass cutting challenge perpetrated by Marne Kutsia.
16 Pumas, possible grass cutter.
Talk to me, Mtunzi. Talk to me.
Pivotal moment in this match. Now the referee Quintum Immelman has already warned the Pumas, Marne Kutsir to be specific, for, and that is a grass
It
cutter.
is. The shoulder's
Or,
tucked.
if you ask me, just looks like when he makes contact, he's not using his arm.
Wow, this could be a massive decision. We are at 55 minutes, 39 seconds. The player would return at 65 minutes. That player is Marco Janta van Rensburg, replacement hooker.
It's not necessary for him to go that low. They've got a strong line there, defensive line there. They have had a strong defensive line the entire game. It's just unforced, silly errors like that.
Okay, they're checking for one angle, and then I'll come back to you.
I don't know if that looks legal, Paul Stubbs, but
Yeah, it's hard to get around. It looks like the elbow is tucked in.
Okay,
Yes, bro.
Q.
Yes, bro.
On the visuals that I have, 16 does not attempt to actually wrap their arms around the other player.
Okay.
So there's a leading shoulder, and then the arm becomes lazy, comes
Okay,
afterwards.
so for me, that is the second one. If it's just a normal grass cutter, I'm going for the second one in a row, and that is a yellow card for repeat infringement. You happy with that? You happy with that?
Well, you can go
Thanks,
on with
Marty.
that.
Captain and 16. It's a second one with a no grass cutter with no arms, which is a yellow card. First one was a warning.
Simple as you like them, Twinsie. We had a good look. Pro Lakota has made the right
No
call for the
arms,
TMO's
tackle,
box.
Grass cutter. and then
a
shot
good
goal.
look was had, and technique letting them down. Those are the risks of being over aggressive and too dominant at those contact points. You need to keep a cool head. You need to keep focused. Focus on your technique. And too many unforced errors have kept the Boerland Cavaliers in this match. And you have to start to ask yourself the question of, has momentum now taken a turn? 100% coming from Garrick Matthias.
It's not too bad, that number. And Garrick Mateus has the chance to take the Cavaliers to 25 and cut it down to a 6-point game, even though they trail by 4 tries. Mateus, solid hit. The flags are up. It is a 6-point game.
Brings the gap to 6. The way he's been splitting the sticks has been brilliant. Garrick Mateus has been the nucleus of the strong performance by a Boerland pack. And if their backline have got it right, they might just capitalize even more on the unforced errors coming from the Pumas. Great
Yeah.
take.
Is out of this world. Chris Smith has picked that kick perfectly. The placement was immaculate, and somehow Boerland have the ball back.
13!
Shuan Cupido launches the Gary Owen. Valentino Wellman on the chase on the outside.
13 in
Andries
front of the
Viljoen
kicker.
in the 13 jersey. But Viljoen was offsides, which presents an interesting choice here
13.
to Mpumalanga Pumas. Mtunzi, does Chris Smith
kicker.
knock this one towards the post? You'd kick it to the corner, chew time off the clock while you got the yellow in the bin. It's all coming to crunch time here in finals rugby. Semi-finals is what we are engaged in right now.
Now Devon Williams finds a good touch. That Chris Smith's boots just hasn't really been working for the Pumas. That's probably why they go for touch. And there you can see Andries Viljoen offsides. So the Pumas make a good decision. They'll try to get deep into the Boerland territory, let that clock wind down,
And the
try
call,
to go for the maul.
yeah.
Numbers?
Boerland have had problems with their defensive maul.
Up once more, Cameron Lindsay. They set the rolling maul. Do the Pumas, do they have enough impetus behind this to get it moving forward? Boerland desperate to hold out. They've worked so hard to bring this match back into the balance, but now they're heading backwards. Oh yes, the Pumas power up.
What else but a Puma t-shirt? He likes it, rightfully so. Great play. What a finish coming in from Cornel Els.
Just came on the field as well. Because of the yellow card for Marco Janssen van Rensburg, Cornel Els came on for Pumzila Makondwana.
Cameron Lindsay's been a pillar for this Pumas side. Look at the work going into that. They keep it tight, they keep a low body position. Cornelius Els sniffs that white line and gets over.
And now Pumas extend their lead once more. It stands at 11, possibly to kick out to 13. Chris Smith, pivotal kick now. Smith. Oh, it's away to the left again. And Chris Smith has been inconsistent with the boot today. There's your try scorer, Cornelius Els.
No surprises, Cameron Lindsay, the foundation of a perfect line out for them so far. They keep positive, he keeps working, Lindsay. They keep a low body position. DJ Teblanche is in there. And Cornelius Els, close enough to have a sniff, gets over. Brilliant play from the Pumas.
And some more changes, rolling subs in the SuperSport Rugby Challenge. One of the fine features of this competition, make sure that everybody gets the chance to play. And speaking of everybody getting the chance to play, Mthunzi, this is something we were speaking about before. Everybody getting the chance to play. Jimmy Stonehouse, that is one of the features of his squad. And it is a red line for him. He has 36 players in his squad, and he makes sure that each one of them gets a look in.
No, definitely the structures that Jimmy Stonehouse has brought in have just been really good. Lindsay, once again, perfect. That just allows him so much depth. Every player's had a go. The team's structures in there, and everyone's under pressure to compete as well. Healthy competition.
Cornel Els feeds the line out again, slightly offline, but off the fingertips and down. Pumas secure possession. Oh, he's a classy number 2 baby bop from 2014, Cornelius Els. Bierwinkel carries it forward. Ashland Davids. Oh, Cameron Lindsay, he takes a big hit. He's been massive in the line-out, says Cameron Lindsay. Chris Smith. Pumas working to the left. Bear in mind they have 14 players on the pitch. They've scored a try since they've had those 14 on, and they continue to hold on to possession and threaten. Ashland Davids. And now moving forward is Cornelius Els. He's had some fine rest time on the bench, and he's come back refreshed. And now on the outside is Devin Williams. Williams is known for his attacking play. The inside ball to Davids. Davids getting swamped by ball-on players, but look at where they are on the field, Pumas. Dead center and marching forward with 14 men against 15. Andrew Bierwinkel that time. Ashland Davids, Chris Smith. Nell gets the pass away to the outside. And it's Ruwelen Isbell who has to use his feet to make sure he gets to ground, protects the ball for his team. The counteract from Boerland is no good.
Use it!
Use it is the call. And moving in is DJ Teblanche. He's been at the Pumas since 2008 with intermittent breaks. Oh, the pickup is perceptive from Willie Engelbrecht. He saw it was about to get untidy. He sorted that out. Marco Palvi moves it away. And again to the line again is Devin Williams. Williams looking for the double around. He eventually feeds. Not the greatest ball to Moritz. The return is special. It is a diamond try for Mpumalanga Pumas as they continue to pile on the points. With 14 men on the field, they look even better. This semi-final is running away from the Cavaliers.
Devin Williams with his 5th try of the tournament. Brilliant counter-attacking fullback. Look at that. all the flair you like, tries to draw in the players, and there it is, Neil Murrett with a piece of magic. No one could have seen that coming. Puts away the man who put him away, Devin Williams.
A lot of hands on hips after that try. Chris Smith puts the kick straight over the posts. And there is the man of the moment, Devin Williams.
Goes out wide. They've got Boland has numbers. Shouldn't be this easy for the Pumas, but with some magic like that, hard to stop. Devin Williams.
Oh, well, there's the man we wanted to highlight, DJ Ter Blanche Mtunzi. He has racked up 191 first-class rugby caps, drawing level with a record for South African players held by former SWD prop Connie Botha. Congratulations, sir, DJ Ter Blanche. He's played all over the world, and this match number 191, drawing him level with the record. And he's going to have the chance, should he make the final, to take the record for his own. Now the turnover is good for Boland, but it has come back once more onto Mpumalanga's side. Devin Williams, the try scorer. He's thrown an old heave-ho the other way. Puma's starting to feel a little bit more confident. Then Chris Smith loses control of the ball. There's a knock for sure. Quinton Emmelman is now aware, and we are in the final 20 minutes. Tunzi, since the Pumas have had 14 men on the pitch, everything has been gold.
Things going really well for them. Then you see Chris Smith, who's there, Marlon Williams, the captain, has the presence of mind to just try and rip it out of Chris Smith's arms. Does well. Good defense coming from him. But wow, that center pairing of Ryan Nell and Neil Murrett, with that man, Devin Williams, coming from the back and joining the back line. Cavaliers just have no answers on defense for them.
They really don't. And if we take a look at the tackles made and the tackles missed again, we'll find that trailing heavily are the Cavaliers. They've been barely made to do any defense. There it is, Mtunzi. Take a look at those numbers on the bottom of the screen. The Pumas have done very well with very little ball.
No, exactly, and there's the big stat right there. 3 times more tackles missed by the Boland Cavaliers.
So perhaps you could say structurally, as we take a look at the fans of Nelspruit, who we thank for coming down to this, the 7th SuperSport Rugby Challenge Festival. It has been another entertaining one. The semi-finals are coming to a close here. We've got 20 minutes left in this match, and Pumas look like they may have locked in the final berth. Griquas are the other side that will be in the final following their victory over Western Province.
The youth are out in numbers. Great to see that on Youth Day.
And you know, Boland, they're not just fighting against the Pumas here, they're not just fighting against Province, are they, Mtunzi? It's these kind of smaller unions in South Africa which have so much to work for in the future, coming with all of the new changes in our contracting structures and so on. A side like Boland needs to fight to survive.
Exactly, and it's practically a non-franchise union. They're the only one who are here in the semis to do that, and they've got a great future going for them. Randall Modiba has put together some good structures on the development, giving some guys the chances from the Varsity Cup, and it's just brilliant for Boland. Great to see the youngsters having an opportunity to get up there to the top. It will pay off in the future, 100%, Paul.
Crouch. Find. Set.
No players on the blind side for Boland. They have Valentino Wellman standing inside of the fly-off. He now breaks to the left. The chip over the top, though, comes from Sherwin Cupido, who's chasing after this. And the bounce will not go his way. We're going back for a penalty advantage.
There we go.
Yep, Sherwin Cupido, Boland star. Knows he has the advantage and has a quick stab at it. The Pumas double the amount of penalties conceded. It's kept Boland right in this, and it will go down to the wire. Quick ball, they win the penalty. Great scrumming coming from the Boland front row. This is a huge moment for them now.
Middle, the line guy. Look at that two men are coming in, two Pumas.
And now it's Francois Esterhazen. 1 try this year for the replacement hooker, and again Pumas contest, and they contest successfully. Oh, it's bouncing around, almost fell for Boland. And away we go, running over his own try line, forcing his way forward, Pumzile Matbandwana. It's a maul called, and Boland can stay wrapped around this ball, win themselves a scrum should they be able to hold on to it, and yes they do. Garrick Mateus claps it in as Quentin Immelman points his way, and they are just 5 meters out from Mpumalanga's line.
Boland don't go to the front. Player like Cameron Lindsay, very smart in competing the lineouts. He's made a nuisance of himself, and that's a huge play for him to
9 whites.
just cause that turnover. Well, a potential turnover. Unfortunately, Boland scramble and recover the ball through some magnificent defense, not letting the Pumas get the ball out of that maul. And this is where they'll prefer to be. Boland seemed to start getting over the front foot and dominated scrum time. A great opportunity for them.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Boland, look at the shot of that scrum. Pumas holding up, but then they shift to the left. Shut down immediately by Bandwana. And Ricardo Duarte in the scrum opposition for Boland, and they've knocked the ball on. Walking away, head slung low and the shoulders dipped, and it's the man with all the experience.
Great play, DJ to Blanche. That's what experience brings you at ruck time. He's played all over the world, like you mentioned, Paul.
Not now.
He knows to attack that. Look at that. Doesn't get more perfectly timed. Take a look at that, all of the youth in the world. That's technique at ruck time. It's been a problem for the Pumas, and wow, DJ to Blanche still got it.
He sure does. That's like scoring a try for a prop, isn't it?
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Ashland Davids feeds with the Lions from 2012 to 2018, played Super Rugby for the Lions as well. Look at the dominance of that scrum from Boland, and boy are they enjoying it. They don't have the time to enjoy it, but they are. I mean, it's the last thing that Bayron Losper needs to be doing. Marty's prop, Varsity Cup champion of this year.
On the goal line, gents.
That's huge play from Wayron Losper and Co. Not easy to take advantage of DJ to Blanche. What a tight head.
Straight back under pressure.
Huge effort coming in for Boland.
Get in.
Couldn't have come at a better time as well. 15 minutes left of the semi-final, Paul.
You know, thinking as a coach, Mtunzi, imagine that Boland hadn't conceded 2 tries when they had 15 against 14 against the Pumas.
Crouch.
The game really turned at that during those few minutes.
Bind. Set.
In it comes, everybody lined up to the right again for Boland. No, Wellman now breaks to the left. It's a one-on-one situation. That's what they wanted to set up, and he has been tamed by Neil Moritz.
Rock time.
Now Boland must build again. Aggressive ruck work from Pumas. They know what's on the line. They know what they've worked to create here. A hefty lead at an important time. Maul called.
Clean win.
Great effort from Neil Moritz.
Step Boland.
And back it comes, Chris Smith now. There's a cross kick from Chris Smith. That's not a clearance kick at all. Llewellyn Isbell back on the inside, and they're going to attack from deep. Oh, another ball, and the try could be on. Oh, it's on for sure. Oh, go all the way, pinning the ears back. Llewellyn Isbell is in for all money.
Llewellyn Isbell. 4th try of the tournament. Perfectly weighted kick from Chris Smith out wide. Devin Williams has been brilliant. holds him off, frees up his arm, and passes it with one hand to that man who is finishing everything.
He's been stepping up for the Pumas these past 2 seasons, Ruel Isbell. And he's got his eyes set on another SuperSport Rugby Challenge title. And here's Chris Smith. Nice and easy, simple from straight in front of the post. Just as Boerland thought they might be pulling themselves back into this match. Bang, 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 Ruel Isbell is coming for you.
Devin Williams has been mercurial at the back. That man, Ruel Isbell, needs no introduction to the try line. Great finish from him. The Pumas backline dominating on defense and absolutely dominating on attack.
Oh, that's enough work for Ruel Isbell.
That's it.
Thank you very much. He's run the length of the field. Let's put him in Cottonwell. Next week is the final. That's on Sunday in Saldanha Bay, and it looks like Pumas might just be locking in the position there right now. It's a 25-point game. And a penalty comes the way of the home team.
Holding.
It's been a tough introduction to the game for Duarte, Western Province under 21 in 2018. Chris Smith is weighing up his options. In the 21 jersey, Henku Morea for Pumas, another Varsity Cup product. Pucker Players Player of the Year in 2016. That's Duarte.
What's the time in that?
So Ricardo Duarte, to add something different to this Boerland attack, comes in at scrum half with the number 20 jumper on.
Pumas lineouts have been pinpoint throughout the match, even when they brought on the reserve hooker, Marco Janssen van Rensburg, who charges in there, back from the bench in his yellow card, of course. As well as Cornelius Els, they have some classy number 2s in their team. Davids. Looking for gaps there, Henku Morea.
Tackle!
Davids. Back the other way. Boerland now must be disheartened by what they've allowed to happen in the final quarter of this match after they'd worked so hard to put themselves in position for victory. Chris Smith weighing up his options while dealing with the potential defender with one hand, but now breaking through the centers, Maritz. And there must be a knock-on involved there. I thought there might have been one before. But it's going to be a scrum to Boerland, deep in their own half, in the corner of their own 22-meter line.
Option. Not going to touch. Scrum.
Neil Maritz has looked dangerous every time he touches the ball.
Ball on ball.
Played in the Sharks youth structures between 2013 to 2016, then joined the EP Kings in 2017. Wow, he's been brilliant for the Pumas.
That he has, Mtunzi. He also doesn't shy away from Jim Day. I saw a picture of him next to Chris Clutie, formerly of the EP Kings, formerly played in Sri Lanka as well for a year. Little known fact about Chris Clutie. But now he's playing for Munster. Just to let you know, your rugby journey could take you anywhere and then take you to the top.
Set.
Duarte.
Stay 9.
We have just under 4 minutes remaining. The correction to the clock and away comes Wellman, who's been well-marshaled today. And there's the man we were just speaking about, Neil Maritz, making the ankle tackle, and a penalty comes the way of Mpumalanga. Are they not deserving finalists, the reigning champions? Unbeaten through the season, over 4 tries in every match, including this one, in which they've scored 8, by the way, in the semi-finals against theoretically the best defense in the competition.
Well, Neil Maritz, a man who says the toughest climbs have the best views. He has given it everything. He's worked so hard on and off the ball. And these guys just look unstoppable, the Pumas. What a performance in a semi-final.
Another thing Neil Maritz says is haters go and hate, potatoes go and potate. And we bring down the line out here. Pumas have one more chance to go for the Boerland line. Boerland have been poor at the defense of the rolling maul, and they're poor again. That's try number 9 for the reigning champs.
Brilliant, that's what you want to get right. The line out, perfectly set. Just like the one before. They're nice and low. And they get over the white line. Brilliant play from them. Almost the exact same position as the try earlier. Marco Palvi. Substitutions have done so well. That's his 5th try in this tournament. Coming off of the bench. The rotation working so well for Jimmy Stonehouse. And it's showing with the bench being that effective.
Chris Smith, the chance to take it to 57. Smith puts it up this time. It is good. Sorting out his problems with the boot. Now, Tunzi, Mr. Stonehouse says that player rotation stops the players from slipping into the mindset that they need to keep this 18-game winning streak alive.
Look at that. Pinpoint, picture perfect. Great line out. Stefan Willems has been great today. Look at that rolling maul. So difficult to stop when the teammates are that low and that tight.
Get behind, Jen.
Great play from the Pumas. The wingers are looking solid. Right from number 1 to 15. Looking unstoppable.
Boland, their heads must be spinning with the way that this second half has gone down. Just as it started, they were looking organized. They clearly had listened to the advice of their coach, Randall Modiba. They were knocking over the 3-pointers. They closed it down to a 9-point game. But take a look at the score right now. It's a 22-point game. Pumas, with 14 players on the field, turn this match on its head. Slight mistake from inside center, captain Ryan Null.
A rare mistake from the captain now. Just feel like Boland Cavaliers backline, it's just been a little bit flat-footed, not attacking, not drifting. They haven't had such great shape on defense, and it's allowed the likes of Neil Maritz and Chris Smith, who's attacked the line really beautifully, putting them away, to just get over that advantage line. And unstoppable play from the back line.
Going to have a reset. There's something that I didn't mention previously. 3 players with the Mpumalanga Pumas team, formerly with Boland experience. Andrew Bierwinkel spent his youth rugby playing for Boland. Marco Janse van Rensburg, the number 16 reserve hooker, was at Boland in 2013. And one more with Boland experience, the captain Ryan Null of Mpumalanga Pumas.
Look, this is not a weak Boland side. They've got a lot to work with. Lost only 1 game. That was by 1 point to the Sharks, so good future for them as well. They pitched up today, but just too much from the Pumas.
Yeah, exactly. What does that say about the Pumas, though? They're playing against the best defense in the competition, and they are taking them to pieces. Wonderful scrum from Boland, who have dominated since the arrival of Losper and friends. And now they play it down the back line, untidily so, and Duarte cannot hold on to the ball.
Under pressure.
Really has been an unlucky day for the reserve scrum half from Boland. There's Henke Marais, Hooker boy. Which way do you go now as Boland Mtunzi? Time is up on the clock. The match has walked its way away from you.
Wow, they've been so dangerous at scrum time against a really strong Pumas side. Spoke about the experience of DJ Teblanche. Eric Matthias, one to look out for the future as well. Golden boot he's had this afternoon, and yep, go for touch. Try to maul it up. You've already scored one like that.
Absolutely. Looked like a very strong part of the game, the rolling maul.
Give the 10.
Esterhazen feeds, and it is into the hands of Zandra Jordan. They set the rolling maul. It looks so healthy when they get those numbers in behind. Can they corkscrew around the corner? We're going under the bar for a penalty try. Quinton Immelman wasting no time. That's an experienced referee right there.
The game.
And the final whistle blows. Quinton Immelman brings an end to the SuperSport Rugby Challenge semi-final number 2, and the champion, the victors rather, are the reigning champions, Mpumalanga Pumas, who have scored 9 tries to the 1 of the Cavaliers. The theoretically best defense in this competition has been torn asunder and they've scored only 1 try in response, in spite of that, racking up 32 points in a fascinating execution of tactics. But at the end of the day, from Nelspruit, thank you for joining us, and we'll have the breakdown just now. But for now, Pumas win 57 points to 32.